It's shame on MLB.
It's
shame on the Mariners.
No, the shame on the Mariners is wait until the freaking 15th inning to...
We needed those people drunk and loosen the pen to distract the Astros.
Which, do you know what they're doing now?
No.
Bleacher tickets are...
Oh, yeah. The pen is the pen now.
They're basically... The pen will always be open. I didn't know it wasn't always open. The pen will always be open, and you have, like, season-long $10 cheap seats. So, as somebody said, it's the cover charge for hanging out in the pen.
Yeah, because they were kicking people out of the pen to host private parties.
Ugh.
And I think they realized private parties don't buy as much alcohol.
No, they expect to have their alcohol.
Drunk millennials do in the pen. Yeah.
Speaking of which. Welcome to another episode of the American Beer Review Podcast.
Good times with good friends requires good beer. Lucky for us, we know how to pick all three.
We're a group of friends who grew up in the Pacific Northwest, giving us a jump start on our craft beer journey.
Join us today while Brian,
Alec,
and Chad
review some beer, talk about beer topics, and whatever else comes up. We invite you to pour yourself a drink and hang out with us.
So today we've got holiday themed pFriem Brewing's Winter Ale that we will test out today. It is a 7.5% alcohol. pFriem
out of Hood River.
So up here.
Yeah, this generator. I've not been down there. I had some friends who went camping there.
They've got a nice restaurant / tap room down in Bend.
Have you been there?
Yes.
In Bend?
Mm-hmm.
Are you thinking of Crux?
No, I'm thinking of Hood River. Sorry.
Yeah, okay, I said. So, yeah, Hood River is one of those places that I'd love to go. Something was happening. I couldn't make it to nice. That trip. Would love to get down there. There's other breweries, with kind of pFriem being the supreme place to get to.
And their spot's right on by the river.
Yeah, I've heard
next
great
to
things.
A park, and so it's a great spot to. You can grab a beer and go drink it at the park.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, hey, I'll take what I can get. For a winter ale, this is a little bit lighter.
I was expecting darker.
Yeah, so it's definitely a darker, like amber color. Like maybe not quite amber, but real dark orange-ish.
So the flavor profile is supposed to be aromatic hops.
Okay, which I do get some like definite hoppiness.
But number 2 is fruitcake.
Whoa.
I've never had it.
And then
aromatics?
No. So aromatic hops, fruitcake, and then a little bit of spruce. So I haven't tasted this, but
winter type beers are one of my favorites. I like that kind of usually dark, little bit of roasty with some spice, little something going on.
This is not it.
No, this is just like a, to me, this is just like almost like a winter IPA. Like, hey, we just kind of like brought some pininess, a little citrusy. If I ordered this as a winter ale, I'm a little disappointed.
If I ordered this as a winter ale, I would be disappointed on the color, and
it's still a good beer. It tastes good. I like the general flavoring and different things. But like, I went to a place recently, asked what dark beers they had, and I was
this
like,
isn't going to be a dark beer.
Well, that's the thing. Is that so? I was like, hey, I want a dark beer. I see blank whatever beer. I can't remember what it was. I don't want that one. But what other dark beers do you have? And they were like, oh, we have the like Kolschin Winter.
Mm-hmm.
Done.
Okay.
I mean, that one turns out it's a beer called Kitten Mittens, which is phenomenal. But that was dark. Like, you're really getting that like dark body, dark roast, but not stout. It is definitely not a stout. So there's that balance. This is like the lightest of winter ales I can ever imagine.
This is a fall ale.
Exactly. I would not peg this as a winter ale.
This is a harvest ale.
There you go.
I mean, it's.
I don't
very good. It's
a good beer.
This is an excellent beer.
It's good beer.
We're just stuck on. We came in with
Yeah.
Winter
this is
ale.
what a winter ale is.
I really think if they'd have told me winter IPA, I would have looked at it differently.
Winter IPA.
Yeah.
So I looked it up in Untapped.
Mm-hmm.
I had this 5 years ago.
Okay.
Sometimes I put notes in, sometimes I don't. I literally put tasty, but just not as quote unquote wintry as I expected.
Exactly, and that's exactly where it's at.
I would drink more of these. I like these beers. I would rather rebrand. Give me this as a winter IPA. Tell me it's going to be piney. Tell me there's a little bit of citrusy fruitiness, but mostly piney. Not talking like super heavy West Coast IPA style, but like
No, because it's a piney IPA.
yeah, with a little like I'm missing something else that I
Yes,
can't quite describe.
I don't catch a fruitcake vibe out of it.
No. So, yeah, it's just it's a little disappointing in just the categorization of it as a.
But not a bad beer.
No, it is a good beer. I think it is more a miscategorization of calling it a winter ale.
Yeah.
I think you're 100% nails. If this was if it was winter IPA, done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or even just an IPA. I'm just not catching the.
There's not a. I don't get the winter.
No, but to me, like the fact that the body of it comes out a little darker than like a standard. Like this is still
It's darker than a normal IPA.
than
yes.
some of them. Yes, you get some that are that way, but like, yeah, there just is something not quite clicking. I feel like I come back to the same thing. I'm just disappointed that I expected something dark. I expected something with a little bit more there. So it is a good beer. If you blind tasted this one and poured it, like for me, I'm going to tell you this is a really good beer. It's a really good IPA. It's solid. If you asked, is it a winter ale? I would tell you were wrong.
Yeah, I would not classify this as a winter ale. I don't know. Yeah, where that came from.
Yeah. So in the general scheme of things, where is it fitting in my fridge? I would drink this just about any time. It doesn't need to be winter, and I think that's also part of the problem. Like,
I could see that drinking this anything outside of super hot.
Yeah.
But if it's windbreaker weather, I'm drinking this. I'm just gonna put that feels like a good categorization for me.
I'll take this anytime late September, all the way through like springish, early spring.
Yeah, no, it fits the place of like a solid IPA. So
it is. It's a good IPA. It's just not a winter ale.
Yeah. So inside the house fridge, probably not. Couple in the beer fridge, yeah.
I'd put it inside.
You put it inside?
Yeah, I'm still gonna explain to everyone when I offer one to them. It is not a winter ale.
It's just an IPA.
I like if you want a mellow, like piney IPA, and it's pFriem. They make good beer.
They make so much delicious beer.
I just think that this is a. I just think it's a mismarketing.
They could have gone further with it, maybe.
If you want it to be a winter ale, you're missing the mark.
Yep. If you wanted it to be a winter ale, if you want it to be like I said, fruitcake was one of the flavors that was supposed to be in there. If you,
7.5,
and yeah, it's 7.5% alcohol. So
if you I think if they cranked it to 10 or 8,
throw it 10%.
Throw it in a barrel and.
Make a double.
We threw it in a.
You got to double it. You'd have to double it.
Yeah, and this is our winter ale. It's really a winter.
You got to double it and barrel
IPA.
it. Yeah,
but if you sold me that as a winter ale, I would believe you more than this instead of this being a tasty IPA.
It's a very good IPA. I think with Brian on, it might even make the regular fridge.
During the winter time,
but not as a winter ale, just as hey, here's a really good IPA.
Yes, here's a like, and it's not even like a winter warmer. Like there's not that like there's no spice, there's no like kind of to it. But if you just are like, hey, I'm an IPA person, I just drink IPAs, but it's winter, I think this is a great one.
Yeah.
It's a solid fit for it.
Yep.
You totally nailed it with the winter warmer. Like a winter warmer, when you drink it, that sip goes down, it hits your belly, it just radiates out. Like, you try drinking a little more, bitch. I'm gonna get you drunk.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's what you're supposed to do in the winter. We're supposed to be fat and happy in the winter because we have to ignore, because we're ancient hunter-gatherers, and we have to ignore the fact that the sun has disappeared for 20 hours a day for no reason. We don't know. We're scared. So what are we going to do? We're going to brew a bunch of really high ABV beer and just be drunk for like 2 months solid. And we're going to call it the holidays.
On that note.
Yeah, our glasses are all empty. So hopefully yours are too. And we'll see you next time for another American Beer Review podcast.
Happy holidays.
But this one night in particular, me and a guy decided to make gin and tonics with gin and NyQuil.
What?
Ooh, yeah, no, I was not there for that
Shit got weird.
No joke.
Oh my God.
I swear to...
Sweet baby Jesus.
I saw Joe Rogan in the spirit realm with the machine elves before Joe Rogan was even Joe Rogan.
I was going to say, before Joe Rogan was actually...
Yeah, before he was still Fear Factor Joe Rogan. He hadn't, like, evolved into podcast Joe Rogan.
Oh, that sounds terrible.